Alright. Stream is running. Looking good. Alright, let's brief this thing, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. We are doing a show at Anderson again. This is show 2 of 3. This is the Saturday show. We are going to be pulling straight out of the chocks onto the taxiway. We'll be taking left at Juliet, at which point I will have you cross me to left wing onto Juliet.
Okay.
And we will hold short of 2-4 left. We'll do our checks holding short of 2-4 left at Juliet. At which point I will release you on the left. I will still call the turn. The reason why we're doing this is because Juliet's a 45-degree angle to the runway.
So that'll set you up better for the turn. Okay, got it.
So I'm going to try and align myself so that when we do the turn, we end up line abreast at the end.
So should I just roll straight on and then come the full, whatever, 100 and some odd degrees? Yeah.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Got
So
it.
no adjustments, just roll straight on.
All right, got it.
If you adjust, obviously I'll just fall in behind you. But yeah, let's try doing this cool thing. Just be careful about your nose wheel.
Roger.
After that's going to be a section no flap. Sorry, no, it's going to be a section takeoff maneuver. Followed by the rest of the show. Right turnout out of the Delta breakout. For left pitch a brake to land runway 06.
Yep.
Right.
06 right. Got it.
Yep. At which stage we'll hold short of the cable on the northern side.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll back taxi to Golf. Go well clear on Golf for individual right. Well, 90 for me, 180 for you in shocks.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, any questions or comments before we get into goals for the show?
Negative. Do not believe so.
All right. Goals for the show. Starting with me, my goal for the show is to crank enough on the section maneuvers to get us online for center point without having to do wicked rollouts.
Funny you should mention it. That was also going to be mine.
Sounds great. We're aligned. All right. Anything else before we break?
Negative.
All right. Ready to break. I'm going to switch inputs. BrotherLeb, you got me?
Leave it, Charlie.
All right. All right. This can go away. I've got you. Can you talk
Daytona.
for me again?
Let's go away.
Yeah. Let's put the debrief up. All right. I have your stream as well. We are good to go, brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters.
Believe it. All right. Let me adjust my centering position, and then we can get rolling.
Jet.
Alright, check your switches, advise when ready for unpause.
Ready.
In 3, 2, 1, mark. Gosh. Do you remember what the altimeter is?
I don't.
Okay. Well, I will await your briefing for that. You're supposed to be 20 feet above sea level, right? Or above...
I think we were 30 feet above sea level, or
you're
above
20 below.
Or 20 below altimeter, or hold on, let me look. It's on the. Yeah, we're 20 below where we are.
Got it.
I'm gonna double check that on the FT. So.
Yeah, no problem. Advise when ready for startup.
The F10 map doesn't agree with the taxi, FAA taxi map.
The taxi map was right last time.
Okay, well, let's go with the taxi map then.
Okay, was that 2-9 or 3-2?
I'll have to check it, I don't know.
All right, sounds good. Advise when ready for startup.
Ready.
Battery on, APU on, standby for canopy.
Leb.
3, 2, 1, mark. Standby, right engine crank.
Leb.
And 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby, right engine forward.
Leb.
And 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby, left engine crank. And 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby, left engine forward.
Leb.
Roll left.
And 3, 2, 1, mark. Standby, FCS.
Flight controls.
Go for FCS.
And 3, 2, 1, mark. In test.
Leb, same. Altimeter 29er tree 1.
29er tree 1, Chariot's FCS is okay.
Correction, tree 2.
Okay, that's what I thought. 29er tree 2, set.
I was still thinking 30 degree or 30 feet below.
Alright, well, I'm glad I reset my flaps because they were very wrong. Just a reminder that calm is 3 knots and below.
Leb. Do you want direction even if it is calm?
If it's truly calm, no.
Okay.
Chariot's IFA is holding TTC.
Leb, IFA holding TGC.
Chariot's TTC is complete.
You know, the mirrors look really good until you try to tilt your head side to side and it doesn't do it. And then you're just like, whoa! DTC complete.
Chariot's up tree, come on.
Hold up, tree, come on.
Discord check.
Go check.
Takeoff checks.
Lab.
Check your smoke pressure on. Check your trim set. Check your heading. My heading 158. Check your altimeter set 29er tree 2 for a corrected runway elevation of 0 feet. Check your barrel weighting 0. Check your FCS 12. 30, 30, 30 down 2. Check your fuel seat arm lights out.
Lab.
Check your smoke pressure on. Smoke on. Smoke off.
Good morning, Chariot. Updated winds are out of the east, 110 for 4 knots. Check your altimeter set 299.2 for a corrected altimeter of 29.32 for a corrected center point elevation of 0 feet, current elevation -20. Chariot squawk 1205, left squawk 1206, clear to taxi, left out of Chalks on Bravo, and then left on Juliet, hold short, 24 left.
Thanks, Leb. Cleared to taxi. Hold short 24 left.
Uh,
Souls are cleared to taxi. Check your park brakes off. Turns powering up to 75%. Off brakes now. Chariots come. Left go to on the right wing.
left.
Chariots ease and power to 70 and land and roll. And Chariots easing power to idle. BrotherLeb, go left wing.
Left.
Come and left. Little brakes. Easy brakes. A little more brakes. Brakes. So, switch ACOM 1.
Left.
Chariots up ACOM 1. Chariots up ACOM 1.
Left.
Takeoff jacks.
Left.
Check your smoke pressure off. Check your lights are off. Check your line is off. Check your flaps are half, mine are auto. Check your waypoint is correct. And in the box, showing waypoint 1. Check your altimeter set to barometric and set to 29.32. Check your dispensers bypassing your C's arm. Check your heading. My heading 021.
Left.
Souls are clear for takeoff. Check your park brakes off. Chairs powering up to 70%. Off brakes now. BrotherLeb detach.
Left tap.
Copy left. Okay. Little brakes. Easy brakes. A little more brakes. Brakes. So those were clear for takeoff. Check your parking brakes off. Maneuver our section takeoff maneuvers.
Left.
Check your parking brakes off. Let's roll up.
Brakes off now. Blowers ready now. Blowers ready now.
See ya.
Ready. Hit it.
Check clear.
Wings level smoke on. Blowers ready now. Smoke. Takeoff clear.
Chariot's clear 2.3.
Clear 1.4. .5. 4 miles mark.
Lemon on your beam.
A beam.
Lemon on your ticket mark.
Good, dig it.
Stand by, mark it.
.4 miles mark 420.
Chariot's in for the right knife edge.
Was it right? I bet. 3 miles mark 403.
On time.
.2 miles mark 400.
On time. Sogan.
Contact.
Contact squad. Ready, hit it. Stand by, roll, and pull. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll.
Clear.
Roll. Chariot's clear, and clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing inverted to inverted rolls. Sorry, the inverted, yeah, that's it. 2 miles, mark.
2.3. .5. 4 miles mark.
Lemon on your beam.
A beam.
Lemon on your ticket mark.
Go dig it.
Stand by, mark it.
.4 miles mark 370.
Chariot's in for the left and red.
Wasn't bad, Bert. .3 miles mark 400. .2 miles mark 404.
Ready, hit it. Smoke on.
Roll right, roll
Contact.
right,
Gotta look good.
roll right, roll right.
A little pull. Ready, hit it.
Clear.
Stand by, roll. And pull. 155.
Left.
Stand by, roll. Chariot's clear and clearing behind the crowd for the Fortis. Coming left, hook's coming down. Oh, shit.
Contact.
355. 340. 330. Ease in the pull and roll and out. 320. Busted the gear. .315. Souls behind the crowd. Setting up the Fortis. Checking line lights on.
Still have to share.
Chariot. Coming left. Coming further left comes the pull. A little more pull. Easing a little power. Stand by the gear. Adding power. A little more pull. Adding more power. Power set. Rolling out some bank. A little more pull. Damn it. Ease in the pull and rolling out. The Fortis on the outside runway. Easing a little power. Chariot's rolling in.
Clear.
Inboard and hello. Center point. Chariot's pushing out. Rolling out.
Clear.
Coming back left. Set. Stand by the gear. Gear. Hook. BrotherLeb, knock it off.
Clear.
Trace clear and clear behind the crowd for the MRT. State 9-1.
State 80.
Chariot circling 5 miles for the MRT. And Chariot's turning in 5 miles for the MRT. Four miles, mark 352. Three miles, mark 349. Two miles, mark 350. Big kick up there. 1.5 miles MRT. 1 mile, mark 350. Burners now. Ready, hit it. Good entry.
Flight controls. Flight
Ease in the pull. Comes the pull. Pull it and kick it. Chariot's pushing out. Leveling at 1,000. Coming right. Comes the pull.
Contact.
Ease in the pull. Rolling out. Smoke on. Smoke off. Easing a little power. 300. 315. 330. 345. Slows behind the crowd, setting up the opposing MRT, easing a little power.
You'll have to.
Chariot. Adding a little power. Coming right. Comes the pull. Looking for tree 5.
Left.
Ease in the pull and roll it out. The opposing MRT 7 right. Smoke on left lead.
Left. Little low. Easy to touch.
Smoke off.
Or nose high.
Ready, hit it. Smoke on. 380 mark.
Match.
Numbers.
Left. Contact.
Look good for center point, Leb.
Left.
Merge. Stand by, roll. Pull to 40. Stand by, roll.
Clear.
Roll.
Clear.
Roll. Trace clear and clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing horizontal rolls. 2.4 mark.
Match. Correction, I'm 2 ahead. .8, 9, 4 mile.
Let me know on your beam.
A beam.
11 take mark.
Go dig it.
Stand by, mark it.
Four miles. Mark 4.
Trade's in for the left horizontal rolls.
What's the left was wrong?
On clock clears.
3 miles. Mark 401. Two miles. Mark 398.
Smoke on.
Contact.
Contact. A little pull. Ready. Hit it.
Roll left, roll left.
Burners. Pull. Stand by. Roll. Burners. Pull. Ease in the pull and roll it out. Zone 3.
7-4.
Chariot's coming right and circling behind the crowd for the sneak to vertical roll. State 7-4.
Lab states up.
Get after it. Whew. Okay. Doing good now. A couple little foibles. A little bit behind the show, but that's fine. We're in front of it now. Chariot circling 5 miles for C2 verticals. And chariot turning in 5 miles for C2 verticals on the closed runway.
Lab.
Four miles, 1.74.
Full behind.
3 miles, 1.78.
On time.
2 miles, 1.83.
Pull up, pull up.
1 mile, 1.86. Full burn.
Smoke on.
Cheers, sir.
Ready. Hit it. Stand by. Roll.
That was awful. Alright. Looking good.
2,000 clouds, no effect.
Clouds effect, Airshow clears.
Airshow.
Chariot circling 3.5 for the solo loop. Chariot turning in 3.5 solo loop.
Lab clear 10,000.
Chariot. Wings level, smoke on. Up we go. A little more pull. Adding power. Adding more power. Vertical 5-8. Easing power. Easing more power. A little ease. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Ease the pull. Go Diamond Singer. Adding power. Adding a little more power. Smoke off. Chariot detach. Chariot detach, boss. So snappy. Let me know your beam.
I mean,
Let me know your rating mark.
go dig it.
Stand by, mark it.
4 miles, mark 340.
Chariot's in for the right 4 point.
I'll do it right. 3 miles, mark 395. Two miles, mark 4.
So gone.
Contact.
Contact off. Ready, hit it. 1, 2,
Roll right, roll right.
3, 4. Stand by, roll, and pull. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll. Stand by, roll.
Clear.
Roll. Chariot's clear and clearing in front of the crowd for the opposing vertical pitch. 2 miles mark.
Point 1 ahead.
Ooh, this is gonna be a tough turn for me.
At 4 miles, mark.
Let me know near beam.
A beam.
Let me know take back.
Good dig it.
Stand by, mark it.
Four miles, mark 385.
Chariot's in for the left vertical pitch.
Left for quit.
100.
100. 3 miles, mark 407.
On time.
Two miles, mark 400.
A little behind. Smoke on.
Contact.
Connect.
Pull up, pull up.
Add it up. Ready, hit it. 60. Stand by, roll, and pull. Power's idle. 45, 40, 35, 30. Horizon. Now 78.
74.
Contact looking good.
Contact.
1.5, mark 400.
Point 1 ahead.
1 mile, mark 400.
Point 1 ahead.
Half mile, mark 400. A little pull, ready, hit it.
Roll left, roll left.
Stand by, roll, and pull. 155.
Left.
Stand by, roll. Chariot's clear and clear behind the crowd for the inverted takeoff roll contact.
Flaps going left. 360, easy. 55. 350. Easing power 55. And we're rolling out 345.
Overshoot.
Easing a little power.
You'll have 2 lab.
Left. Close behind the car, setting up the inverted tuck of roll. Ready for the pull?
Get after it.
Coming left. Coming further left. Adding a little power comes the pull. A little more pull. So it's the 90 for the inverted tuck of roll.
Chariot.
Ease in the pull. Rolling out the inverted. Tuck over roll. Right on line.
Chariot.
Easing some power. Little pull. Ready. Little
Swung on.
little drive. Ready. Clear.
Swung off. Stand by, roll. Pull to 10 degrees. Stand by, roll. Rolling out. Coming left.
Flip.
Connect.
Ease the pull. Rolling out 355, coming left. Comes a little pull, 360. 370. 375, easing power.
You got 2 left.
Lab. Easing the pull. Rolling out. Easing power. Little drive. Close on the crowd, setting up the section high alpha, a little close.
Sure. Do what you need.
Lab. Coming left, easing power. Coming further left. Comes the pull. Little more. Pull, easing more. Power, stand by. The boards. Boards. Little more. Pull.
Lock in.
So the 90 for the section high alpha.
Chariot.
A little more pull. Low, ease in the pull. Rolling out, we're outboard. Stand by the boards. Port. Keep that nose high. Little pull, 190. Easing some power, 180, a little more pull. 170. Little pull, 160. 155. 150, little pull, 145. 140, pull into set, adding power. Adding a little more power. Setting it, smoke on.
Center point. Knock it off.
Flat. Pull on to 60. Coming left.
Chariot's breaking the 300.
Contact.
310. 320. 330. Easing some pull. 340. Easing more. Pull, easing. Power to hold 350. Easing the pull. Rolling out. Souls behind the crowd. Setting up the section breakout. Nose high.
No, I have, teacher.
360. Easing a little power. Chariot. We're in close.
The boat shoot. Do what you need.
Chariot. We're coming back left. Coming further left. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Adding a little power, a little more pull. Ease Ease in the pull and rolling out. The section breakout. Going out of rest. We're high. Smoke on 2 miles. Ease a global power. One mile mark. Half mile mark. Ready, hit it. Smoke off. Stand by, roll, and pull.
Connect.
Ease in the pull and rolling out. Easing power, 355.
Contact.
360. Easy power to hold, 360. Delta's behind the crowd, setting up the Delta roll. Chariot 45.
Point. Yeah, it's a
Boss. Coming left. Coming further left comes the pull. A little more pull. A little more pull. Delta's at the 90 for the Delta roll.
Wow.
Ease in the pull and rolling out. The Delta roll. Smoke on. Up. We go, adding power. A little more pull. Okay. That was rapid. Rolling out.
Clear jump.
Ease in the pull. 2 level. Coming left. Coming further left comes the pull. A little more pull. Doesn't left hand turn for the flurry. Smoke off. Rolling that little bank. Ease and some pull. Ease in the pull and rolling out the fleur-de-lis. Up we go, a little more pull. Smoke on. Ready to break.
Right.
Smoke off. Stand by, roll, and pull. Connect.
Stand by, roll.
Trace coming right. And crossing your nose at 490. Ease and power now.
Contact.
470. 460 on power to hold. Coming further right comes the pull, adding power. 440.
You got 2.
Chariot, smoke on. Ease in the pull, rolling out. Up we go a little more pull. Okay. Set. Okay. Set. Smoke off. Go get him.
Clear.
Seriously.
Level 3500, 400 in the box, 045.
Turn it.
Coming right. 410, easing power. Come for the right comes the pole. 395. Easing a little pull.
You got 6 miles.
Boss, a little more pull. Easing power. Easing the pull. Rolling out the loop brake cross. Boss, 200.
Chariot, 350.
A little pull to level. Easing the pull. Easing more pull. Adding a touch of power. We're pointing outboard. Up we go. A little more pull. Vertical 5-8, easing power. A little ease comes the pull. Ready, right, center point, inboard. Slope. .5, mark forward.
On time.
1 mile, mark 410, easing power.
On time.
1.5, mark 406.
On time.
2 miles, mark 400.
A little behind.
2.5, mark smoke.
Still behind.
3 miles, mark up we go. G4, G mark.
You better have gotten there before that, man.
Vertical 468 alpha. Horizon now 77, powers idle. 45, 55, 60, 65, roll it. Hair steep. Pulling out 3 miles, mark 29. 2.5, mark 406. 2 miles, mark 398. 1.5, mark 398. 1 mile, mark 404. 0.5, mark 399. Smoke off. Clear.
Sure, sir.
Coming left. Easing power. 390.
Contact.
370, adding power. 360. Pulling out a little bank. 355. Easing the pull and rolling out. 350. Easing a little power. Coming left. Adding a little power back in. Come further left. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Even more pull. Delta's in the left-hand turn for the Delta breakout. It'll be right turn out.
Trade, you got 6, boss.
Boss, easing a little pull. Easing power. Easing more. Power. Easing more. Pull. Rolling out. Easing more power. The Delta breakout. A little drive. And up we go. Adding a little power. Smoke off. Ready, break. Set. Smoke off. Clear.
Turn clear, 157, 260 at 1100.
Contact.
270. $285, coming right. A little pull. 295. $305, ease and a little pull coming further right. $315, adding a little more power. $325, Delta's in the right-hand turn for the Delta, left, pitch break to land, runway 04 left.
You got 6 sauce.
Boss, correction, 04 right, 340, coming further right. Stick, disable. Go look clear. Go look clear.
That's all clear.
Ease and a little power. Adding power. Sticks back.
Who's need?
Chariot. Easing power. Easing more power. Easing the pull and rolling out. The Delta flat pass.
Left.
We're coming back right. Coming further right. Comes the pull. Ease in the pull, rolling out some bank. Rolling all the way out. We're behind the crowd, setting up the left, pitch break to land, runway 04 right.
Lab.
Coming back right. Coming further right. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Smoke on.
Clear joint.
Further right. Ease in the pull and rolling out. The left. Pitch up brake to land. A little drive. 15 slow. Center point. Boss braking.
Left. Right.
Trace ease the ball. Rolling out 280.
Let's roll out. 280.
Smoke off. Get flaps. Trace coming back left. 290 leb. .280 leb. .260 leb. .240 leb. .220 leb. .200 leb. 180 leb. 160 leb, going for the rope. 140 all the way leb.
160. 140 all the way, working on it.
Sure, it's okay.
Fuel low. Fuel low.
That was okay. That's okay, Chariot.
Chariot, landing checks.
Left.
Check your smoke pressure off. Check your tabs. Check your flaps auto. Check your land lights off. Reset your trim and save your seat.
Left.
We'll go well clear on golf for individual right 90s and 180s into chocks.
Left.
Check your parker brakes off. Chairs sprung up to 75%. Off brakes now. Semi cover wagon. Chariot's coming right. Give it 2 on the right wing.
Who's need?
Chariot's easing power to 70. Land and roll. Nice flight, Leb.
Nice flight, Chariot. Soldier.
Ready, split. Reference 25 knot cover wagon. My form flying sucked today.
Yeah, that one didn't feel great.
Felt good about the first half of the show, but then as soon as I tried to fly in form, I was just a disaster.
Honestly, didn't feel great about any of it. I didn't feel horrible, it just was not clean.
Chariot's idle. Trade's adding power to 68. Little brakes. Easy brakes. Off brakes now. Come and left, go all clear. Come left. Come and left. Coming back right. Just going right for parking, okay. Little brakes, easy brakes, little brakes, brakes.
That was okay.
Stand by canopy and engines. And 3, 2, 1, mark. That's a show. Coming out from under the hood. BrotherLeb, you got me? Give me 1 second. BrotherLeb, you got me? There we go. Alright. Debrief time. Definitely not that one. Okay. Virtual camera for you. DCS and the maneuver manual for me. I hate it when I don't bring my water bottle in here. Keep dropping frames. I'm so frustrated. Way less than last time, but still. Okay. Present. that. Switch the DCS settings and launch that. Alright, let me know when you're ready to debrief. That was a show at Anderson Field. No major safeties that I can recall from that show. Any from you? Alright. Yeah, so goals for the show. My goal was to make sure not to overshoot the turns. I failed that on the Fortis, but the other turns behind crowd went well. Alright, let's get down to the nitty-gritty then. Starting off with the dirty roll on Takeoff. Well, actually, the taxi first. Thoughts on the new taxi procedure? Okay. Aside from that, taxi felt safe and fine. Any other notes? Alright. Dirty roll and takeoff. This felt better from Juliet for sure. And my maneuver was performed safely. No notes. Do you want to adjust where we take off from? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Alright, let's move on then to the knife edge. This one felt quick and snappy, maybe too quick. I'll be interested to look at the tape, but aside from that, no notes. Alright. Invert to inverted. I overrolled this maneuver, so had to work it back in. And my speeds were all over the place, so I'll be interested to see how that affected the hit. But the roll itself was good, didn't end up too nose low, and cleared fine. And yeah. Fortis. Clearing behind crowd for the Fortis, I dropped the gear instead of the hook, oversped the gear, had to deal with that warning tone for the rest of the show. So that contributed to everything else that happened. So while I was dealing with that, I felt like I was able to keep the jet in pretty decent parameters behind the crowd while I was handling that. The turn, once again, just not enough pull in it, and I thought I was going to have enough pull, but apparently not. So we ended up all the way on the outside runway, which sucks for you and doesn't get the jets close to the crowd like it should be. So that's something that I'll fix for next time. Once again, I overrolled the rollout, which I'm sure was unfortunate for you as well. So that's definitely a safety, and I'll fix that for next time. But the rest of the clear was fine, and that's it. Cool. Maneuver turn. This one was way better than last time. Yeah, on parameters inbound. Decided to go with like 300 knots for the pole. That ended up working great. Push out was a little wallowy on the level. I try and adjust the stick to keep the aircraft wings level instead of it wallowing, but it wallowed this time. So that's something that I'll fix for next time. Turn behind crowd. I was going slower than usual, so we were closer to center point, which makes the next maneuver interesting, and we'll talk about that when we get there. But aside from that, no notes. Opposing Minamori's turn. Because I was slow and pulled too much on the MRT clear, that meant that we were in close for this. I didn't realize it. So I should start tracking distance from center point when we clear, just so that I can have a better understanding of whether we need to pull a little bit harder in that turn. The turn itself was good. Hit 4Gs, held 4Gs, but just like last time while we were here, overshot. And just like everything else around here, I'm overshooting. Like, G's don't mean the same thing at this show site, apparently. So I'm not going to promise we're going to pull more next time, but we're probably going to be pulling more next time. So just keep that in mind. Once we got lined up and everything, we were low, so that's a safety for sure. But we kept it nose high when we came across the crowd, and that was fine. I think our yugs and our hits still matched, so that should look okay. And that meant that we were more or less nose low as we came into the pull. Leveled it out at 250 and hitting the numbers and flew the numbers all the way into the box. I think we hit probably 3 or 4 left. And that's probably due to the funky angle that we started at being 7 right coming in to the maneuver. Clears were fine. Alright, opposing horizontal rolls. Inbounds for this for me were nasty. I finally was able to make it work. Was not able to visualize you until about zero point 0.6 miles. So I was real close to knocking it off. But finally was able to visualize you, and we went up the hill. My speed was a little bit wonky, but I was able to correct it during the roll. Pull and pull behind crowd were fine, no other notes. Sneak pass. This one was low and a little sketch, to be honest with you. But crossed the stripe at 0.94. So a little slow, and that's due to yielding a little bit of speed to make your behind work, which is fine. Yeah, no further notes. Line breast loop was good. This was a huge ease over the top. Felt a little funky in the jet, but ended up looking pretty decent. So yeah, no further notes on that one. The 4 points inbounds were kind of fun. I'll be interested to see where we hit center point. I'm guessing it's going to be right, just because I was a little ahead of you at the 2 mile mark. So I'm guessing that carried through because I didn't correct well enough for it, and I knew it going into the box. And that would make sense as to why it felt like we hung it on the inverted for a little bit longer as well, because I would have arrived at the 0.5 mark before you and would have called the maneuver early as compared to our true separation. So that's probably why we were inverted for longer. But aside from that, underrolled both of the post-inverted clears. Or inverted 90s, and then the clear itself was good. No further notes. All right, vertical pitch. This one I was way early at the 2 mile mark, so had a ton of speed pulled out. So added that speed back in. Got contact at a good point. I think I just started sinking. I think I just like put too much drive into it, and when we hit, I was at 60 feet. So you were on altitude, but I was just super low. So that's on me, and that's a safety, and I'll fix that for next time. So that the roll over the top was fine, but the pull over the top was a little bit slower than it usually is, which is probably why you hit Horizon before I did, or rather lower than I did. But as we came down the hill, it looked like we were on. I gave the speed calls because our altitude difference was not like it has been in the past, so I wanted to make sure that we were on, and looks like you made some good adjustments, and the hit was relatively close to center point. Clears were good, no further notes.
Yeah, over the top, all that adjustments made sense. I wasn't really clear whether or not it is my responsibility to make that speed differential change or not. I had most of the power out and I was at like 380 coming forward, but we maintained that 0.1 pretty much all the way into the block. So that's, I guess, mostly on me because I knew what needed to happen and I didn't do enough to adjust it. So we definitely hit, I think probably 3 left. Not awful, but could have been better. No further note.
Yeah, I think for this maneuver, it's on 6 to just do all of it.
Okay. Just make sure you're hitting your numbers then.
Yep. Absolutely. That's why I'm focused on is like trying to smack all the numbers exactly right, so that you can fly out the window.
If I know that you're trying to do that, then I'll do what I got to do to make all the weird stuff unweird.
Cool. All right, inverted tuck over roll. Caught sight of you well. I was slow behind the crowd, so I kept my nose low through the turn and brought myself back up into you, but then just so much power and overshot. But was able to form up pretty well before we rolled in, and this is when my form woes started. Turns out I was too close to the stick, so all of my movements were exaggerated and a little bit funky. All of my arm movements. So I ended up with some massive PIO around the corner, which I was able to arrest and get settled in. As we rolled inverted, I was in a pretty good spot, and it just felt like center point came up really quick. I think I was able to hide the jet up until like right before the hit, but I'll be interested to see what that looks like from the crowd. I underrolled my roll, which is preferential to overrolling, but still not ideal, so I'll fix that for next time. And then just the clearing rolls were just funky because I was feeling weird about like the maneuverability of the aircraft and was wondering if it was me or the jet or something weird going on. So I was a little bit in my head on the clear. But aside from that, no further notes.
Yeah, I could see you in the windows struggling, and I felt bad. I will be there later in the show. Yeah, rolling was all right. Angle felt pretty good. We were a little low, so we had to climb into the hit, and then we were basically bang on center point, but I actually like to be set up a little bit outboard, just to give you to work with them also for the roll. So I don't know how it's going to look for the crowd, but it's just not how I fly it. Yeah, roll was good, clear was good. You were a little wider than I expecting, probably be under roll. But I tried to fix it with a little bit of rudder. I don't think I quite got enough altitude to get a beam crowd, but we'll see. It's not quite level with you. It's got to be benched down just a smidge. I mean, I don't think I did that. Other than that, clears are all right.
All
No
right.
further notes on that maneuver. High Alpha. Yeah, lineup was we overshot a little bit, so we came back on it. Took a while to slow down into the box, and the pull to set was fine. Bringing in power, just kind of bringing in power as we're pulling the set. So I think it's probably better if I just set the power, get it there as much as. But we kind of settled into it. We didn't climb too much, which I think. The one major note here is this is a safety is because we were pointing a little bit inboard, that I could tell that the node was walking a little bit outboard throughout the, and I didn't really stop it because I was like, I don't want to point it towards the crowd. But that I'm flying, so that was probably not ideal safety set for fly my heading. I'll live with bad angle, and if I crowd violate or if I have a bad setup, I'll do what I got to do to offer. Make sure that way. I mean, we got a lot of room in this field. We were set up outboard, so I think. So safety I'll fix for next time. Glad to be.
Cool. Yeah, my form flying woes continued. I tried to fly in Delta set around the corner, and I just couldn't do it. I was just too much PIO, so I finally just like admitted defeat and just moved to a set that I could fly consistent, which was fine. It was more or less my inverted tuckover roll set, which works out fine because you end up rolling out line abreast anyway. So it wasn't the end of the world, but it was kind of just a disappointment, to be honest with you. So that's something that I will definitely work on and fix for next time. As far as the rest of the maneuver, it was great. I was able to fly right with you. I didn't feel you coming out towards me any more than I feel like you're always coming out towards me in this maneuver. It's just the way that the maneuver works. It always feels like whenever you're flying line abreast, it's always hard to keep that separation because you just have a tendency to move towards lead. So I'm always fighting that inclination, and so it didn't feel any different than it normally does. And I felt like I was pretty well stuck in and next to you the whole way in, so I think this will look really good. And my clear was great as well. No further notes there. On to the rejoin for the Burner 270. This one, I ended up horking around the corner for because I knew that we were wicked outboard last time. So clear behind the crowd, we got a little bit of climb in it, and that was intentional, so I could sight the field as we came back in. We rolled in and just like yanked on the stick all the way around the corner, which meant a fairly snappy rollout. I tried to make it as measured as possible, given the fact that we were doing like nearly 4 Gs, that was hard to accomplish. But we got rolled out, and we were a little slow. Was able to adjust the speed. But we were also high. We were like 850 when we're supposed to be 500. So that was that's something I will fix for next time. But I was focused primarily on getting online, but I should also be focusing on getting on altitude. Yeah, but the pull and the roll and pull behind crowd was good. No further notes.
Yeah, I was kind of loose a little bit once you started rolling in, and because you pulled a lot, I was like, "I'll stay loose. I need to be line abreast at the end of this anyway." The rollout was snappy, and I knew it was gonna because of the pull, but I didn't quite catch it, so just better on that. The major other note for this one is once we like the hit happened and the roll to the 90, I did not roll all the way to 90. So there was just like I climbed away from you and I was behind you on the turn. So that's just I knew it too as soon as I did it. So something.
All right, Delta roll. I'll take a big safety on this one. The lineup profile is great. I felt like I was flying very smooth lead all the way up the hill, even with that little added power, and it all looked like it was going to work out great. And then I said ready hit, and I said okay, and just like slammed it right to the roll rate that we're supposed to go at, and like. That is not the smooth entry that I have been doing. That's not the smooth entry that I should be doing. And I was really confused with myself for that. Ended up working out great as far as like a profile is concerned. We didn't have to add any pull on the back end or anything like that. But if you're wondering why you dropped out, it's not you. It's me. But aside from that, yeah, I mean, like, we leveled at a pretty decent altitude and started coming back around for the fleur-de-lis, so that's my big note, and I'll fix it, and I'm glad that we're both still here.
Yeah, fortunately I'm on the outside of this one, so that
Imagine
worked
being 3.
I mean, you'd see him coming. Gotta do. If I was flying the 2 position, 6 position, I would have hit 6 and died. But yeah, the speediness of the roll, I feel like I caught it more or less. What I didn't catch is I was worried about speed, like where the throttle needs to be in order to stay in. And there's like, basically, if I'm overthinking this, I can't stay in. If I'm thinking about the inputs, stay in. And so if I'm just responding to what I'm looking at, I tend to do better. But I kind of got in my head halfway through the maneuver and fell out. And could tell it was getting away from me, and I couldn't figure out how to fix it. One of the ways you can is with a little bit more bank and a little bit of pull into lead, but if you pull too much, then you get over his wing, and then you're above him, and so it got a whole bunch of things, and I could see the sight picture building in a way that I didn't like, so I just went loose and sort of for the. So anyway, safety there, falling like that. So fix that for next time. Glad to be here. It's good to know that there were other factors that contributed to it, but it felt like there were things that I could have caught. So I don't think you get all the blame for that. I want some of it. Glad to be here.
Flirtly. Honestly, it felt pretty good. Turn around the corner felt pretty decent. Made a couple of small adjustments, but aside from that, we were more or less online and ready to go. On speed as well, up the hill. Smoke on at 5. This is probably my best profile for the Flirtly in a hot minute. So, following a complete dumpster fire to this maneuver was, the classic whiplash of flying the blue show. Turn behind crowd was fine. I was a little bit fast, so eased it back to 460, and then once I brought in G's, it started to bleed a little bit more, so I had to add some more power back in. But I was able to get us level and cross nice and low across center point before getting us pulled up. I think realistically, probably should have pulled us up earlier. But we weren't yet rolled out, and I didn't want to pull us across center point. So I lived with flinging us out a little bit wider, but that's something that I will think about adjusting for next time based upon what the show site's going to. Well, for next time, definitely going to have us fly a little bit further crowd left before turning in. The sets were pretty quick because I realized we were quite far crowd right by the time we started them. So I wanted to give us enough lateral separation from crowd so that you could get us back online for the loop break cross. So had to fling us into those sets so that we were able to get that separation. Ended up clearing us about 1,000 feet early, then 1,000 feet higher than usual, but I didn't want to bring us any closer to crowd than we were, so that's why we were as high as we were. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was rattled after the Delta roll, so there's some wobbles around the corner. I was able to settle it in the box, heading up the hill for the Flirtly. This is a debrief item that I have not corrected, even though I've known about it for a while. My bank angle on the ready break for the Flirtly is 45 and yours is 60, and I need to match your angle. So I will do that in the future. It's really obvious in the TAC view, at least. Like, I'm right at 45, you're right at 60. So, and I've known this. I just need to fix it. It's like there's so many things I'm thinking about, but there's no excuse. Let's see. Yeah, I was the way that the turn behind crowd worked out. I actually was able to get in. Felt like quickly and comfortably, and then all the jockeying you were doing, I was just flying paint, so it felt all right. I didn't quite get in the right position coming down the hill the second set, and then I was adjusting with the rudders and over adjusted, so I ended up just kind of being in a slot, but cleared out. I also tried to anticipate your rollout and was super wrong. So if it's even close on the tape, it'll just evidence just how far off it is my version relative to your version. It was like I was fully wings level and you're still on the knife edge. When is he gonna turn? And then he did it. Moving on to the loop break cross. I knew we were high, I knew we were pretty far outboard, and I knew that we also had a lot of angles. So I started coming around the corner earlier and just sort of try to take. But I also was aware that like we didn't want to break the box, and I was going to need plenty of pull to get online. And it's crazy, even with all that, it still felt like we needed a large amount of pull. Which meant that I tried to maintain a little more altitude and ease it before we started to roll out, so that way any kind of climb or anything would just sort of work itself out as we leveled, but then it didn't. And we were still low, so I had to bring in pull, which was not the way I wanted it. So that's a profile that I can improve on, my ability to like adjust to things that are different and make sure the setups are good. It's weird when you're flying boss, when you're flying the one position and you're creating your own problems, fixing them is different than when they get handed to you.
Yep.
And so it still takes fixing, and it still creates other problems, but they're different ones. So anyway, yeah. So we were about 300 low, about 10 slow by the time we went up the hill, and then we didn't quite get to 3 as fast as I would like. It feels like you just need more pull to get to the G's you want here. And then because we were kind of slowish and like felt like we were coming over the top a little quick, I eased, and I think that might have been why you fell out. But we ended up hitting basically on center point a little bit board. Good. I was all over the place with like my calls and smokes for the outbounds, so not my best fly in there. And then also I was really far outboard. Like we rolled out and coming back towards center point, I rolled wings low, or yeah, wings level coming back down the hill, 65, and I was at 3.3. And normally I'm like 3.1, 3. What? And I was like, oh crap, this is going to create a problem for coming back. But you made it work, and the hit was pretty good. So well done, you. Not my best profile from the leadership side, but you made the hit work. So well done.
Yeah. So yeah, my form flying, I talked about it already, but it wasn't great tonight. I was able to match your rollout pretty decently, but got some massive PIO when you brought in the pole. Finally arrested that, and we went up the hill, and I was doing fine. I got some more PIO, so I dropped out, and then rejoined about at the vertical. And then I was in, even with your ease of the pole and everything, for the rest of the maneuver. So your easing of the pole is not a problem. You can keep doing that. Whatever you need to do, that's fine. My dropping out was all on me tonight, and just my inability to fly form. Yeah, your speeds being all over the place were challenging. I think the reason why you're so far out is because it took you way longer to get to 4Gs than normal.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So I was at 4Gs way before you, and ended up just going stick neutral at the vertical until you got there, because I was like, if I pull over this, I'm gonna be like a mile ahead of him coming inbound. So I was way higher than you by the time we hit Horizon. And we rolled out 65, and you said 3.3, and I'm at 2.8.
Oh jeez.
And I was like, crap.
Oh,
So I chucked the brakes in, and I'm brakes in all the way to center point. I crossed center point at 210 knots, full brakes.
Wow.
And somehow, by the miracle of God, it worked. But then I was so far behind going into the Delta breakout. So we'll talk about that in a second.
I was a little slow coming to. Dude, that's crazy town.
I was just like parking it. Like
yeah,
almost
but
high
you
alpha,
made
dude.
the hit work. Like you were a little early with this crane. Yeah. All right. So for the Delta breakout, I rolled in a little late and I didn't bring enough pull, but everything else kind of worked out. I didn't actually check the angle when we were rolled out on for the center point. But it was just, yeah, I was just trying to keep it ginger as much as possible. We were a little low, and I smoked on super late. So that's improved because it was like smoke on, up we go, there we go. Give it a little more time for the crowd to see. But other than that, no further notes.
Yeah, it took me until 6 actually gets in for me to get in this time around, just because I was so slow. I'd like absolutely jammed it into burner and took a very light G turn around so I could gain a bunch of speed to fling it out towards you. And actually, worked out pretty good. In order to not overshoot, I bled off the speed way early, and I probably could have carried a little bit more in, but it ended up working out, and I rejoined right about the right time. You can be as judicious as you need to be with pulls and rollouts and stuff like that. You just need to communicate it clearly. Um, but I was pretty solidly in with you up until the break. Got to the angle and the bank, and then was paying attention to getting the angle right, and lost a little bit too much G. So I got down to 1.8 before I brought it back into 2. So that might not look matched. And then ended up clearing out. Now for the fun part, the delta pitch up break to land.
Just one more note on the breakout.
Okay.
If you're between 1.8 and 2, that's probably for the, just based on all the ones we've flown and what I am flying, like that's probably.
Oh yeah, I know.
Or obviously hit 2 if you can, but
I'm just being picky. So the delta pitch up to land, man, dude, I was so set up for a fantastic profile. I had the bank angle right, I had the pull right, like it was all looking real good, dude. Just gonna add a little bit more pull in there and get us lined up and send us right over that runway. It was looking sweet. And I go to make that adjustment and nothing happens. So I suddenly realized that my stick movements aren't translating to anything. Fortunately, because of the way that you fly this profile, I could control how level or not we were by throttle. So I was able to keep us in the sky by doing that. And so when the stick finally came back, I kept us in the right-hand bank, and we just did a flat pass, a good mile away from the crowd. And came back behind the crowd to line up for the left pitch break. This was completely inventing this because I've never set up the profile at 360 at 1.5 behind the crowd before. So that was an adventure, but it ended up working out pretty well. Had to do a little bit of drive to center to when we crossed the stripe, which I'm not happy with, but we were pretty high behind crowd, and I forgot to bring that down because I'm just afraid of drive in general. But I'd rather do it behind crowd than when we're rolling out. So that's something that I'll adjust for next time. We were also 15 slow, but I was happy to live with that so long as I was getting the profile right otherwise, because I'd never done that profile before. So that's something that I'll fix for next time as well. I took a lot more speed around the corner to line up for the runway, and that felt a lot better this time around. I was rolled out 180 on center line, and was able to go all the way to the wire. I think I overshot the wire, which is a bummer. But yeah, aside from that, that's it for that maneuver.
Yeah, the rejoin wasn't as cool because I was going fast enough relative to you and had picked an angle that I was gonna work pretty well, but it was also just like I got on a wing and just sort of skidded it in there instead of doing the cool like roll pull under. So I don't. It is a cool rejoin if I could get it consistent for like the flourish of it, but for actually like getting relatively quickly and stably, I think it's probably, I don't know. I think for next time, I'm going to try to do the cool rejoin again, which requires a little more angles and a little more guts, but I also want to get it. So this was probably smooth and efficient. Anyway, I was real stuck in when you said you lost your stick, and then because you weren't doing any inputs, I'm like, oh, this is nice. But yeah, I was able to follow you. Your comms were clear. I could tell you were working on the problem, and I could also tell that we weren't going to die. So I just sort of was patient. Unfortunately, I was a lot less in the second time we did the circle than the first time. And then the major safety was just, I anticipated the drive. I started falling out a little low when we were coming around the corner. Like I got really lost at about the 180, or I just like fell out way below you, and I don't know why. I didn't change my angle, and I just sort of watched you fly away from what? And I was like pulling a little more, and I was like, well, I don't want to overpull this, but it's just hard to stay. I eventually got stuck in or at the 45, and then the rollout was fine, but I started to fall away from you again. And then you brought in some drive, and I was like, all right, I'll just like scooch on up there when he drives. And then, and I was like, and I'll ease the pull and I'll just meet him right there. And I just kept on climbing. I'd right on past your wing. And I was super mad. But at that point, I stabilized it because I knew you were going to right. Fine. Rowan or Crest, can we roll out like 265 instead of 280? 280 is like, it's so far. It's like such a long turn. That's my only request for the land. Other than that, kind of have a gnarly angle there, and was able to grab the wire. And parking and taxi felt pretty good. Over.
All right. I'll have to take a look at the kneeboard because I usually just fly the kneeboard heading, and it usually works at other show sites. So it's just weird that it feels funky here.
I mean, you just stick with it. You're the boss. You get to pick. But as a request, whether you take it or not, just feels like such a long turn. Maybe it's the show site. Maybe it's that there's 2 runways. I don't know.
I don't know, dude. Feels weird. As far as the taxi's concerned, this one felt fine. Yeah, I don't really have any notes for it. Oh, wait, there's one thing that I have notes for. Some was funky in the cockpit that I was trying to fix when I was starting to add brakes before we got to golf, so we ended up almost stopping, so that's my bad. I need to be heads up and actually steering the aircraft when I'm making calls like that, so that's a safety that I'll fix for next time.
That's fine. I tried out a different position to get. I thought we were going to go. I was going to go right wing on the taxiway we cleared on golf for Bravo. But you did say well clear on golf, so you called well clear, and I was like, oh crap, Mark. I was able to. And then I was just really, really slow around the corner, so I didn't park synchronized. It was individual. I think is what we briefed.
Yeah, it is.
It was just very slow because afraid of skidding my gear. Alrighty, cool.
Alright, let's go look at the tape. And we'll scooch through it. Because I don't think this is going to be the prettiest tape ever.
We will find out.
Just so I have a mental picture, what do you want to do after this?
I actually have no idea. I was thinking about that before I got on, and I was like, I don't have it. So if you've got some ideas, let me know. I'm not ready to do any filming yet. I haven't worked out the actual recording part of it. We could do more of those missions, but I'm not in a position to like actually do any recording. So
I don't feel like I need to do.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be done. And we can do as many takes on the day as we do to get. Yep.
Three, 3-5.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's more synchronized than it normally is.
Yeah.
Oh. Pause. Make sure that I can hear you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I gotta admit, some of after a really rough show, and this wasn't bad, but some of the previous ones when you're like, hold on, like my God,
like punching the monitor.
Oh, okay. So there's a building in the background. Blink. What is it?
Oh. That's just anti-aliasing stuff.
I think so. da, 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 da.
Do the Juliet maneuver here. Such good music. Can't see us do this turn, which worked out.
See,
I'm at the math.
I think it looked pretty good. Yeah. There's the jump. Hey, you got a little room. Oh, dude.
That was hilarious.
It definitely looks cool.
I haven't done that in a while.
I need to roll all the way to the edge, not that. Noted.
Ah, yes.
Hanger.
Hanger, yep. Coming in for the knife edge. Watch me talk.
Roll right, roll right. Roll right, roll right.
All right. Mind. Right up.
Bummer. It's just didn't have enough bank in it. Bummer. This jet just wants to fly, dude.
I'm a little ahead.
First time that's
Ooh,
happened.
yeah. Climb. That feels really
Nice.
timing is well done. Not the prettiest, but there it was.
Mert.
Timing is good, but it felt better. Still, it's not gonna look like it. Crouch. Pretty good. Hmm. Yeah, I was just like, I was trying to decide if I was gonna yug. If it snows high, but I did. Because we didn't communicate whether we were gonna or not. Well, I need to do what we're gonna do. So it was 3 right, 3 left. Nice
Front
flat
nose
roll.
That's fine. Horizontal rolls. Remember the first time we did these maneuvers the right way? And right.
Mm-hmm. It's a fun arrival. You got right on. Ooh. Yeah, time was okay.
Box, I think. Let's roll. Clean. Yeah, good commitment. Mean it.
Yep. Yep. I just want to do it at an angle that is either behind crowd or in front of crowd, roughly speaking.
That was a good.
Bird, 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 bird. Burpity burpity burp. Burp, burp, burp.
4 point.
Ready, hit it. Oh, super early. Not too bad.
I was so sure we were gonna be off. No, I
Whoa.
did that on purpose.
Why? Oh. Ah.
Gotta solve the distance problem in a weird way, so let's do some of that pilot shit.
Pull up, pull up.
This is where you were.
I could tell it was a little slower.
That's
than
actually probably one of the more dangerous ones they do from an
Dude.
like an aeronautical perspective. Like a split S that low. The most dangerous maneuver in the entire show. Yeah, it worked out. The most dangerous maneuver in the entire show, I actually think, is the oh shoot, it's the vertical break for the diamond, where boss points at the crowd inverted for like a bit and then pulls out of it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think you're right. Either that or the high alpha.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because, like, you're so close to the bad end of the envelope.
Yep. Coffin corner. Good time. Sucked level. Dude, you're getting good at this. Like, I know there's a long way to go, but like, especially after trying to do just like a double farvel, which in theory shouldn't be that hard. But yeah. Yeah. Narrated.
Watch me tumble. Oh, you can't even see it. I'm stuck in. That's why I went behind that.
So when the boards come in, the nose thing nuts.
Yeah,
I felt bad. I didn't move the stick. I was like, when I realized it was doing it, don't correct it.
well, the funny thing is
Did-
that I
Really?
at the same time, like,
Huh.
thing to me because our jets are doing the identical things. So, like, all that instability for me is just instability from flying.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If I had tried to adjust it with the stick,
Oh yeah, you would have thrown me
it takes
off.
so much like mental fortitude. Like, don't fix this. Just
Yep.
let it happen.
Yeah, dude, I was in.
Yeah, well done. Good.
It's funny.
Better high alpha than the first show.
It's funny with that 4-knot left tailwind. We don't quite get as much alpha as.
No, it looks really fast. Yep.
As a
Yeah, we're about 22 alpha,
versus
20
like
alpha.
25, 27.
I don't know that we ever quite get to 27, but usually we're closer to 25 than we are to this show site. We're at 20. You can't quite get the jet to skid like that.
Man, I came down. Oh, that's wild. Look at how high we.
Yeah. Parallax was working away.
Oh, wow, you did catch that. Wild. Oh, yeah.
So I was bringing more bank angle and more pull in to try and in. Could have.
Just yanks it into the bank. Yeah. That was a good profile. Right?
I still hate that maneuver. That looks cool.
Good catch.
Second.
That.
Was it on time? You gotta go see the friggin' stream. It's like a second and a half. It's like a long time. Like I had enough time to think about it. I had enough time to like think about it and try and anticipate when I thought it was actually gonna happen after I had rolled like this level.
Uh.
I was gonna say the first one counts as you dropping out. Then you're doing all right. It's like noticeable, but it's not bad. The second one, so. Forgot to smoke on time here. Who? Hit the brakes.
All right. Well,
Touch early. Not much more you could have done to fix that, I don't. You can see how slow you're going.
for the Delta breakout.
Pretty good lineup. All right, take it. I didn't even. I wasn't paying attention. It's like trying to point it at center point.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good.
Lovely. For a long fast forward.
Go to see where I lose this next one.
I don't think so. It'll be behind the hangar.
Yeah, there it is. Nothing happened. It's fine. Everything's fine. Not yet. There's bobbles, but climbing.
A little dry.
That's fine. And there it is. It's the simple maneuvers.
Yeah, dude. coming in too shallow for the ropes. I think to go
Yeah,
for the
I think
ropes.
so. My DSI was probably like 300, 400. Pretty. I was trying to get the alpha right beyond speed, but not doing it.
Nah, not really possible.
Fuel low. Fuel low.
Whatever that is.
Huh? And behind the hill. Career. Looks funny. Yeah.
They probably should go. Yes.
Yeah, you can tell when I think it's happening because I look at you.
Uh-huh.
'Cause that's when it's happening on my screen.
All
right,
right.
well. I don't think it looked as good as the last show.
No. But I think it wasn't bad.
No, not at all.
Thoughts on what you would like to do?
Honestly, I have no idea. I'd have to just like come up with something out of my behind.
I have something I'd like to do, but it's an imposition for you.
What would you like to do?
I kind of want to fly in time and position for another show.
You want me to fly boss again? I can do that. That's fine. Let's get on it though. That'll take some time. It's
Yep.
late. So.
I am working on that right now. I'm going to reset my headset and get it up and running.
Same.
Alright. I'll switch inputs now. BrotherLeb, you got me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Don't forget to stop streaming in Discord.
Haha, yeah. Done. Thank y'all.
Okay.
I am still receiving image, so that's good.
Get my brain in boss mode here.
Yeah, I gotta get my body into the right flying position so I can actually do this, because if I flew like I did earlier tonight...
Wait, what now? Huh?
If I flew
Oh,
like
yeah.
I did earlier tonight, I would be awful, so...
Well, you have a lot of time to figure out how to stop.
Exactly. Alright, multiplayer...
See, I gotta figure out how to do the diamond half squirrel cage. That did not go well last time.
So, at the vertical, actually shortly before the vertical, I started rolling right. With the goal of doing an okay at the horizon well, shortly before the horizon and start it and then roll back left. And man, does it feel like you have to go a long way. But it's a lot shorter way than if you just go straight over the top.
And it worked out, kind of, when you did it.
Super uncomfortable. And it's a quick roll, so...
Well, that'll be a your thing.
It's a me problem, yes. Server's up. Jump on aerial 1. It's on the end of the runway, so we'll just do a left 180 and
Got it.
And they're hot start.
I'm still waiting for the sim to load.
They're hot start, so just make sure your switches are set for that.
Oh, good to know.
Let me know when you're joining the server so I can not dox myself.
You got it. Multiplayer. I believe that's still you. Alright, I'm joining the server.
You're joining the server. Cool.
Oh, shoot. Fudge.
What?
No, I'm not in a jet yet. I would like a Nellis kneeboard.
Oh, yeah, definitely. You should put
I
one
didn't
in.
have one last time, and I just sort of eyeballed it, and it kind of worked.
And don't forget to have the boss kneeboard in there, too.
Yeah. I think
Oh, boy.
Hornet. Oh, I have an LSD board in there. And boss. Okay, work.
You got Nellis?
Yeah, I got it.
Sweet.
Alright.
Alright, let's
Alright.
find
I'm
out.
in the Soiva.
Hey, look. It's you in the Sava.
Uh-huh.
Alright, I've got you. I've got me. I've got both of our visuals. We're good to go. We're not going to DTC probably, so...
Oh, I did not pick the right jet.
Well, the server's not unpaused yet, so do your thing.
This jet. Now we're talking. Okay,
There's
there you are.
boss. Alright, let me know when you're ready to unpause.
Ready.
Also, don't forget that INS doesn't work on these aircraft, so...
Okay, got it.
In 3, 2, 1, mark.
Did you change the, or have you tried to change the mission editor options to account for that?
Oh yeah, no, it has nothing to do with that. It's just hot start. Doesn't like to redo INS.
That's super lame.
Yep.
Okay, well, that means the waypoint's gonna be all over the freaking place.
Yeah.
Always a party. I gotta remove Nellis stuff. Nellis, there we go.
Winds calm.
8, 9.
Let me know if you want to do briefings.
We can do them. I need to remember them, but
Oh, you don't have that.
I
as
have
a
the-
keyboard?
I have the Delta takeoff checks.
Cool.
I don't have the on the runway checks, so that'll just be whatever I can remember.
Oh, I mean, I don't think we need those.
Okay. Well, let me know when you're ready for takeoff check. Actually, hold on. I have DTC up. Do you have DTC up?
I do.
Alright, I'm gonna DTC roll.
Chariot. When do I not have DTC up? Quite often. Don't say anything.
You want me to answer that?
No.
A few times.
Shut up.
Alright. I'm boss up on 3. Come on.
Chariot's up, come on.
Discord check.
Good check.
Delta takeoff checks.
2. Chariot.
Check your smoke pressure on. Check your trim set. Check your heading. My heading 028. Check your altimeter is set 2992 for a corrected center point. 2992 for a corrected center point elevation. Hold on, I gotta make sure that I've got the right altitude. 1 second.
210.
Check your altimeter set 2810 for a corrected center point elevation of 100 feet above sea level. Check your bearing warning 0, check your FCS 12, 30, 30, 30, down 2. Check your fuel seat arm lights out.
Chariot.
You want to do Mo?
Smoke.
Oh, check smoke pressure on. Smoke. Smoke off. Good Mo.
Good smoke. Good morning, boss. Updated winds are calm. Altimeter is 2992 for a corrected altimeter of 2810 for a corrected center point elevation of 100 feet and a density altitude of like 2,200 feet above sea level. Boss, squawk 1201. You are cleared to taxi. Wow, they're not published over here. Well, you're cleared to taxi. Line up and wait. Runway 03 left.
Clear to line up and wait. 03 left. Thanks, Mo. Check your parking brake off. Parking up to 72. Off brakes now. Come left. Okay, go clear. Well clear.
Try it.
Easy power 68, letting it roll. Coming left. Okay. A little brakes, easy brakes, a little brakes, brakes.
Good morning, boss. We own the airfield and the airspace. You're clear for takeoff. Have a good one.
Thanks, Mo. Done my work. Cleared for takeoff. Check your smoke pressure off. Check your smoke pressure on, correction. Let's arm up. Brakes off now. Blowers ready now. A little pull. Little drive gear.
Oh, God.
So on. Up we go, a little more pull. Easing power, easing more power. Okay. Easing more power. Comes the pull. Easing the roll.
Altitude. Altitude.
And up we go rolling right. A little more pull. Adding power. Adding more power. A little more pull. Easing power. Easing more power. A little ease. Easing more power. Comes the pull a little more. Pull. Easing power. Easing more power. Slope.
Altitude.
Coming left. Easing lots of power. Coming further left. That was a party. Adding power. A little pull, easing power, and rolling out, easing more power. Delta, we're behind the crowd for the diamond, 360.
Chariot.
Altitude. Altitude.
Easing power, easing more power. Coming left, a little pull. Come further left. Easing a little more power. Adding some power. Smoke on. And we're in for the diamond, 360, adding a little power. Adding a little more power. Smoke off. Coming further left.
See that out.
Comes the pole. Remind me, does the diamond roll come from in front of the crowd or behind the crowd?
Find the crowd.
Diamond's behind the crowd, setting up the diamond roll.
Chariot.
Adding a little power. Coming further left. A little pull. Sorry about that. Had a cockpit malfunction. Rolling out a little bank.
Very right.
Easing some power. A little pull. Coming further left. Comes the pull. Easing the pull. And rolling out. Smoke on. Up we go. A little more pull. Little power. Adding more power. Come left. Okay. Comes the pull, easing power, a little more pull. pull. Coming left. Smoke. Coming further left. Adding power. Adding
Clear,
more power. And we're rolling out. We're in front of the crowd, setting up the diamond aileron roll.
Chariot.
And we're coming back left. Easing a little power. Come further left. Comes the pull. Easing power. Easing more power. A little more. Pull. Diamond's at the 90 for the diamond aileron roll.
Chariot, clear shine.
Easing some pull. Easing out more pull. We're rolling out the diamond aileron roll. It'll be the left roll.
Chariot.
Easing out the roll. Let's ease it out.
Ease it out to half clear.
A little pull to level. 2.5 miles mark. Or 10 slow. A little pull. Ready, hit it. Clear. Coming right. Easing lots of power. Coming further right. Comes the pull. Adding power. A little more pull. Adding more power. Diamond's behind the crowd, setting up the diamond dirty loop.
Chariot.
A little more pull, easing more power. Easing the pull. And rolling out. Stand by the gear gate. Hook. Adding power. Adding more power.
Check landlights on.
Adding a little more power. Coming right. Adding a little more power. Easing a touch power. A little further right. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Even more right. Even more pull. Ease in the pull. And rolling out. We're in for the Delta or Diamond dirty loop.
Chariot. Check smoke.
Smoke on. Adding power. Burners ready now. We go. Burners ready now. A little more pull. Burners ready now. Ease in the pull. Ease a little more pull. Easing power. Stand by the boards. comes the pull. Easing power.
Altitude.
Easing more
Altitude.
power. Ease in the pull. Stand by the gear. Coming right. Adding power. Adding more power. Little pull.
Checkboards.
Stand by the boards. Port. Thank you. Time. Smoke. Coming left. Easing a little power. Coming further left. Through. Comes the pull. Times behind the crowd setting up the double farm.
Chariot switch and slot.
A little further left and a little more pull. Easing power. Easing more power. A little more pull. Ease in the pull. Rolling out the double farble.
Chariot.
Bad angle. Whew. Little drive. Ease out to all clear.
Chariot.
Ready. Hit. Oh.
Smoke
All
on.
right, all right. All 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 right, all right.
And we're pushing
All
out.
right, all right.
Little
right.
push. Ready, break. Ready. Clear. Coming left. Smoke off. Going further left. Comes the pull. A little further left and a little more pull.
Diamond.
Awesome. Times behind the crowd setting up the echelon parade.
Chariot.
Echelon.
Coming over 3. Got you too.
A little pull. Coming further left. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Smoke on. We're in for the echelon parade.
Sure.
Easing power. Easing more power. A little more pull. Smoke pop. Coming further left. Little pull.
Sit out.
Let's go diamond. Coming back right.
Coming over 3.
The changeover roll. Coming further right. Rolling through. Going further right comes the pull. A little more pull. Adding power. Adding more power. Coming a little further right and easing some pull. Easing more pull, rolling out a little bank. Easing power. Easing more power. Bank is set. Coming back right, easing power, comes the pull. Smoked on. We're in for the changeover roll. Ease in the pull. Rolling out. Up we go. A little more. Pull. We're 10 fast. Coming left. Okay. Swift it.
Come, press it.
Comes the pull. Knock it off, knock it off, knock it off. Screwed that up. Oof. Alright, smoke off. We're setting up the line abreast loop next.
Chariot.
Coming left. Adding power. Adding more power. Comes the pull.
Diamond Stinger.
A little further left. Put a little more. Pull. Easing some power. Rolling out a little bank.
Clear drive.
Rolling out more bank. Bank angle is set. Rolling out. Smoke on. Up we go a little more. Pull. Even more. Pull. Vertical 5-0. Ease in the pull. Ease in more. Pull. Comes the pull. Easing power. Easing more power. A little more. Pull.
Altitude. Altitude.
Ease in the pull. Easing more. Pull. Adding power. Adding more power. Adding more power. Ease and more. Pull. Smoke. Off.
Diamond.
Number 5 attach.
5's attached, boss.
Coming left. Coming further left. Comes the pole. Inside the crowd, setting up the diamond vertebrae.
Chariot.
We'll be a left turn out.
Chariot. What's our center point, boss?
Are easing lots of power.
What's our center point, boss?
Use the waypoint. Actually, correction. I will set that. I need to look over my shoulder, so
Altitude.
give me a second.
Altitude.
Center point will be the crossing of the taxiways. Coming further left. Ease and some pull. Rolling out some bank.
What maneuver is this again? Sorry.
This is the diamond vertical brake, so set trail.
Trail.
Adding power. Adding more power. Coming left. Coming further left. Comes the pole. A little more pull. Ease in the pull. And rolling out the diamond vertical brake smoke pump. A little drive, adding power. Up we go.
Diamond.
Debrief.
Altitude. Altitude.
I don't remember what his call is, but I'm 45 degrees. And pulling out. Smoke pop. Coming right. Coming further right. 350. Comes the pull. I said left turn out, sorry. That's my bad. Adding power. Coming back left. Coming further left.
Overshoot.
Comes the pull. A little more pull.
Check smoke.
Smoke off. A little more pull. Diamond's in front of the crowd, setting up the barrel roll brake.
Chariot. Diamond.
A little more pull. Adding a little power. Pulling out some bank. Easing some pull. Easing more pull. Easing more. Pull and rolling out. Smoke on. We're in for the barrel roll. Brake.
Take it.
Good luck. Adding power. Up we go a little more. Pull. Come and left. A little pull, easing lots of power. A little more pull. Ease the pull. Ease more
Altitude.
pull.
Altitude.
Ready, right. Smoke up.
Connect.
Boss is level 3,350. I have no idea what he does after that. Coming left. Coming further left. Easing power. Comes the pull 350. A little further left. I just find the crowd setting up the low brake cross.
Chariot's on 3.
Leb.
Remember, it's my break first, then yours.
Leb. Rolling out some bank. We are going to come back left. Ease and simple. Coming back left. A little further left. Comes the pole. Ease in the pole and rolling out the low brake cross. Smoke on. Adding power. We'll line up left. Ready, hit. And hit.
All right, all right.
1 mile, Mark 370. 1.5 miles, Mark coming up. Connect. .5, Mark 370. 1 mile, Mark 368. Half mile, Mark 370. Ready.
All right, all right. All right, all right. Flight controls. Flight controls.
Rolling out 300. Little pull, 320. Easing power, 330. 340, coming right, smoke up. Coming further right, easing more power, comes the pull. Diamond's behind the crowd, setting up the Diamond Burner 270.
Sweet Jesus.
Using some pull. Using more pull. Pulling out a little. Easing power. Easing more power. Easing more power. Stand by the boards. Adding power. Adding more. Coming further right. Adding more power. A little more right comes the pole. Ease and a touch of pull. Adding more power. Ease in the pull and rolling out. Smoke on. We're in for the burner 270.
Try it.
Adding more power. Stand by the boards. Coming left. Okay. Burners ready now. Little pull. Burners ready now. Easing power. Easing lots of power. Easing more power. Little more pull. Easing the pull. Rolling out. Smoke off. Easing more pull. Easing more pull. 380.
Chariot, switching left.
Delta roll.
Chariot, switching left.
Adding power to hold 360. Coming left. Coming further left. Adding a little power. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Easing power. A little more pull. Delta behind the crowd, setting up a Delta roll. Easing power. Easing a little pull. Easing a little more pull.
We're screaming.
Easing more power. Easing the pull. And rolling out the Delta roll. Smoke on. Up we go. We're a little 10 fast. Adding a little power though. A little more pull. Coming left. Okay. Comes the pull. Ease easing power.
Altitude.
Easing more.
Altitude.
Power. Easing the pull. Easing more pull. Coming left. Coming further left. Adding power. Adding more power. Comes the pull. A little further left. Smoke off.
Shift it.
A little further left. Easing power. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Adding power. Easing the pull. And rolling out the fleur-de-lis.
Try it.
Adding power. Up we go. Smoke. Up. Ready, break.
Ready, roll.
A little more pull. A little more pull. Easing the pull. Adding a little power. Comes the pull. Easing power. Easing lots of power. A little more pull. Easing more power. Easing the pull. Coming left.
Diamond.
Coming further left. Easing power. Comes the pull. Easing the pull. And rolling right. Adding a little power.
Retry.
Rolling through to the right.
Retry.
Rolling further right. Adding power. Adding more power. Comes the pull. Smoke up.
Clear retry.
Easing a little power. Delta's in right hand turn for the loop break cross boss 200.
Chariot 350.
A little further right, easing a little pull. Easing more pull. Rolling out some bank. We're rolling out the loop break cross. Center point will be the tower. Adding power. We're 100, about 300 low. Adding more power and up we go. A little more pull.
Damn it.
Vertical 6-0.
Clear retry.
Ease in the pull. Ease in more pull. Comes the pull. Ready, break. Pretty far right. Smoke. Ah.
Altitude. Altitude.
0.5, Mark 3, 430. 1 mile, Mark 410. 1.5, Mark 402. 2 miles, Mark 400. 2.5, Mark 400. 3 miles, Mark, up we go. If you don't have smoke on, get it on. 4G, Mark.
Frick you, dude.
Horizon 5-8, or vertical 5-8, 8 out. Horizon now 8-4, power side. 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, roll it. Hair steep. Center point is tower. And leveling 3.0.
Altitude.
2.5, Mark 405. 2 miles, Mark 398. 1.5, Mark 399. 1 mile, Mark 402. Half mile, Mark 0.5.
What?
Smoke up.
Oh, that
Common
explains
left.
everything.
I did the wrong direction. Rolling out. I should have just done the boss one. It would have been way easier. Coming back left. 370. Easing power. 360. Adding a little power. 355. There's 350. Adding power to hold. 350. We're rolling out. Adding a little power. Coming back left. Coming further left. Comes the pull. A little more pull. Easing power.
You got 6 miles.
Boss. Easing a little more power.
Please find the blast profile.
I will find the boss profile. Time to the left-hand turn for the Delta breakout. It'll be a right turn out.
Try it.
Easy a little pull. Come a little further left. Easing power. Easing more power. Smoke on. And we're rolling out the Delta breakout. Easing the pull. Easing more pull. Up we go. Ready, break. Smoke off.
Contact.
Boss is clear at 2500, tracking 290, 300. $320. Coming right. 330. 340.
Compress it.
350 comes the pull. We're holding 350. Easing power. Easing more power.
You got 6 miles.
Pull.
You got 6 miles.
Bah. The Delta's behind the crowd, setting up the Delta. Pitch up brake to land. It'll be a left brake.
Try it. Left right kick.
Easing a little pull. Easing power. Easing more. Pull. Coming right. Coming further right. Comes the pull. Easing power. Ease the pull. Oh, this is awful. Rolling out. The left. Pitch up, brake to land. Smoke on.
The front kick. Take it in.
Adding a little power. Adding more power. We're at the numbers. Center point, boss. Right.
Jerry's working.
Ease and pull and rolling out. 065.
Chariot 065.
Smoke. Off. Gear. Coming left, 290, Chariot. 270, Chariot. 250, Chariot. 230, Chariot. Bosses at the 93, green flaps down.
Chariot 3, flaps down.
Level left split. 210, Chariot. 180, Chariot. 160, Chariot. 140 all the way, Chariot. Working on it.
Chariot's 160.
Would have been grand if I'd been closer.
Chariot's 140 all the way.
That was okay. That was ugly.
Chariot's okay. Chariot's okay, boss.
Landing check.
Chariot.
Smoke pressure off. Check your tabs. Check your flaps. Auto. Check your landing light is off. Reset your stream. Safe seat.
Chariot.
We'll go well clear on, I believe it's Charlie, for individual left 90s into chop.
Chariot.
Firing up to 72, off brakes now. Stand by right, covered wagon. Okay.
Here's your knee lap.
Well, that was something, Chariot.
You'd be surprised how much of that I was in for.
I would, given how awful that profile was.
Souls are in.
Ready, split. Preference 25 knot, cover wagon. Relax.
I almost was in for the burner 270.
Dude, It was so wide. You gotta have so much more pull than I did. Easing power 68, let it roll. I was trying not to fling you off. But I have no idea what numbers the boss is trying.
Are we doing Bravo or Charlie?
Let's do Bravo. Let's try his way down there, I think. Little brakes, easy brakes, a little more brakes, off brakes now. Come left, okay. Go up clear.
Try it.
Power set 70. Coming right, okay. Easing power 68. Little brakes, easy brakes, a little more brakes, off brakes now. Come left, okay.
Come left, okay.
Little brakes, easy brakes, a little more brakes, brakes. Stand by, canopy and engines.
Try it.
3, 2, 1.
And that was something.
Woof.
Chair's coming up from under the hood. BrotherLeb, you got me? BrotherLeb, you got me? BrotherLeb, you got me? Sweet. That was a party. Yeah, that's what.
Shot so many things because I just didn't roll out fast.
Isn't that crazy? Like,
Mhm.
BrotherLeb, you got me? What's funny is that I don't think like I would have minded.
I think it probably would be easier for you. Or I don't know about easier. It would have been like manageable, catchable.
I was not in for the squirrel cage at all.
Dude, the squirrel cage freaking A. It was a better profile than last time. Party. Whole damn party. I don't know if I did better the last time. I just don't practice this, and like I felt like I was able to think ahead of the maneuvers better the last time
Uh-huh.
than this time. I was like half a maneuver ahead of the show, and you need to be like a maneuver or two ahead of the show in order to really be like on. Anywho, should probably the taste stream, huh?
And the stream, yeah. Alright, will do. Alright folks, thanks for joining us, and